I don't get it.
I don't know. It's late. It's too late.
Hey man, I will give you that though. It definitely woke me up. I was about to make myself another cup of joe, but I figured, you know what? I'm doing it live.
What do you mean? What woke you up? My crappy joke?
Yeah.
That wasn't even a joke. That was like, you know, like on stupid sitcoms when they always like cut into conversations of people. And they always do like, that's my wife. And then like the group of like old white businessmen are like, ha ha ha.
Yeah, everyone just starts laughing.
You're like, why was that funny? That's exactly how I started off this podcast. Hey guys, my name is Chris, and you're watching the ChrisCrossMedia Podcast number 5. I'm here with the ingenious, the delectable, the
ingenious,
always tasty Christian Mata. Introduce yourself. Say hi.
Hello, everyone. My name is Christian. Thanks again for joining the ChrisCrossMedia Podcast number 5. This officially puts us over a month. It's crazy. I'm happy we're doing this.
Yeah, this has been great. Christian,
you need an ankle update?
Give me an ankle update and tell me what you've been up to, man.
Ankle update is 99.9999999%. I'm having like I feel like I'm having a Derrick Rose symptom. If you know Derrick Rose, no. You don't know what that means? I'll explain it real quick. It's pretty much when you know you're good, like you know you're 100% back, but because you got injured, you're kind of afraid to push yourself because you're just afraid that you're going to own yourself again. And that's where I'm at right now with that. I'm officially down 20 pounds, probably a little more. I haven't weighed myself yet. And everything's going good. Finances are in check still.
Nice.
I was able to save $50 in 2 weeks, so that's a plus. I'm no longer in the red, no longer in the negative.
As long as you're paying bills and you're setting some stuff aside for yourself, that's good, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, and also it's my girlfriend's birthday next week from today, so I really need to save up money for that.
Nice.
Yeah, shout out to my girlfriend if she's hearing this. I love you. Mwah.
Wow. do you need a second? Like I can step away for a while.
Just leave me and my Yeti alone.
I don't want to know. For those who know, Yeti's the microphone, not his girlfriend. That's not the name of his girlfriend. Okay, so what have I been up to, Chris? Oh, thanks for asking, Chris.
Oh, yeah. I always do that, man.
Don't worry
I always forget to, like, ask.
You forget I'm here. It's cool. I want to thank everybody who has entered our Nintendo Switch giveaway, which was overwhelming how the response to it. It's been great. So that was something I posted. Also this week I posted a new video. They should not make Sonic Adventure 3, which was fun to make and almost a deliberate response to Christian, kind of like a stab at him, but a wink wink. Hey bro, you're awesome. You're still great. I want Sonic Adventure 3. That's the ironic thing, and I said that in the video, but I brought up some points that I feel like they need to focus on certain things. So check out that video if you want to see what I had to say. Other things that happened this week. It rained, and I got kind of sick. And in that video, ironically, you can hear my sick voice, which I'm kind of getting over it, but I have a little bit of a sore throat. So don't go out in the rain, kids, because you can get kind of sick. And then something that we literally just went through. We went through the archives of MySpace.
Oh my God.
Tried to dig up our old profiles. And as of right now, you're able to look up your old classic MySpace, but you have to request it, and there's like a 72-hour waiting period. So we are waiting now.
Chris, you know what?
What? We should throw up some of the old photos.
No. Let's not do that.
Yes. Don't do that?
I was just going to say, like, you know what's crazy? Like, I wonder how many of our viewers actually know what MySpace is. Isn't that crazy?
Good question. That was something I started in freshman year, 2005, when we became friends.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to people that know what MySpace is. Give this video a like if you had a MySpace account or if you still use MySpace. I'm interested to see, because I know when we first started our YouTube channel, we definitely had a good MySpace audience going on, just because they were, we were growing. But now, I don't know. I'm interested.
Let's just give a quick overview on today's show. We're talking about Pokemon Sun and Moon, which there's way too much news. Kingdom Hearts, there's some Kingdom Hearts stuff. Toy Story 4 and Incredibles 2. And also just Halloween. Because this is a Halloween special, Christian. Are you there? Alright, let's just talk about some Pokemon Sun and Moon. So there was a trailer that was released today. And showed a lot of stuff. First off, I'm going to ask you, have you played the demo yet?
Yes, I have. Actually, there's an event today, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember what it is. But every so often, there's an event going on in the demo. I think the first event was you went to go talk to some lady like in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. And it was really creepy because she's talking about a guy or like her boyfriend that helped her out with what injury that she had. And then next thing you know, it cuts, black screen, and then it goes back and it's a Machamp. So apparently this chick is like crossbreeding with Pokemon. It's crazy to be thinking about that, but
wait,
yeah,
what?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Look it up. There's videos on it already. People have talked about it. It's like, this girl was legit just telling me about her boyfriend, and then a Machamp pops out of nowhere, just like, Machamp, and then like walks away with her.
I know, 4 arms, right?
What?
4 arms. Man,
yep.
That's helpful, I guess. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, I love the game. I can't wait for the full version to come out. I'm dying to play it.
It's coming up quick. It's in a couple weeks.
Dude.
What?
Red and blue. I mean, come on. Everyone is talking about it. It's huge.
That threw me off so much. When I saw that, I'm like, no way. Are you serious? I have a few... Okay, first off, Red looks like a dad. Like a pissed off dad at the airport who like has lost his luggage and is like missing his flight, and he's just like, oh, come on. Green looks way too happy to be there. Or blue or green.
Green, blue?
Yeah, that's the thing. Ironically, he's wearing green, but the US players are gonna call him blue.
He looks younger to me.
Yeah, he looks like he hasn't changed much.
I feel like he hasn't aged,
No. Red looks significantly older. You know
why? It's because Red has been training in the mountains, man. He's been through some tough times. Meanwhile, Blue is over there chilling with the ladies, like you remember in the anime, Gary's all chilling with the ladies. That's what's keeping him young. Let's be real.
I like that Red has a 96 on his shirt. Did you notice this?
No, I didn't. I think it makes sense now that that drawing on his shirt. That's awesome. I'm just really happy they put him in the game and they made him older. It just makes me feel like, they're really catering to us, you and I, all the 90s kids. Like we're growing up.
Just you and I. Just you and I. They're just catering to you and me.
It's just like, man, like we played with these people in Red and Blue, and here they are. They're older now, just like we are, and they're still playing Pokemon. They're still training their Pokemon. And I'm just really excited for this game, and I can't wait for it to come out. I really believe it's going to be the best Pokemon game to date. I really do.
I agree with you. Here's the thing. When I saw them, part of me wanted to play as them. Not fight them, but I was hoping that, you can use them if you want. But no, that wasn't the case.
You don't know. What if that happens?
I doubt it, because they're part of...
Here's my theory. I have my crazy Pokemon Sun and Moon theories. Hear me out.
All right, let's hear it.
But in the trailer, they showed footage of there being like a hill or a mountain like under construction. They were building like the Pokemon League or something like that. And people were already talking like, is that hinting to a Pokemon Sun and Moon 2 already? Like what's going to happen? Is that going to be DLC or part of the game? And considering that both Red and Blue are legend trainers or whatever you may have it, what if like the end game or the post game you play as them and you move forward into the story and you finished your story but now you're continuing their story? I don't know. I'm just throwing that out.
Interesting. Would that be on the Nintendo Switch?
Maybe you switch the game up? I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? That's interesting.
But yeah, I would love to.
I like that theory. I'd want that theory.
I would love to play as them too.
Yeah. Partner Pokemon Final Evolutions. So the leaked ones that we talked about weeks ago
They were confirmed. Yes.
They're confirmed. So we have Rowlet's final evolution is Decidui.
Okay, yeah, that's how I pronounce it,
which is a grass ghost. Decidui is like a deciduous tree.
Okay.
And I'm just assuming like he has like an eagle eye because he's shooting arrows. He's a grass and ghost, which is a really interesting combo. Which this Pokemon's really cool. It has an attack called Spirit Shackle, and it prevents opponents from switching out a game or the match. I like the look of this character. I might go grass type for the very first time ever in a Pokemon game. I don't know why I really like this whole evolution line.
Ah, so you like it now.
No, I always liked Rowlet.
Okay. Yeah, he's not bad. He was definitely the fan favorite going into it.
Absolutely. And I like the second evolution a little bit. I like the third one. That's my favorite final evolution out of the three. Moving on, we have Litten going into Incineroar. I don't know how I feel about this. It looks okay as a Pokemon, like I've said in the past. I just don't like that it's bipedal. I don't like that it stands up. I want it to look more like a lion or a tiger.
But doesn't Decidui stand up though?
But owls stand up. Owls stand on two legs.
Yeah, so do luchador lions.
Luchador lions. Oh, I guess you're right. Stupid me. This guy's a fire dark type, by the way. Everyone thought he was gonna be fire fighting. This is the first time they've kind of stepped away from the basic mold, which, I mean, that's awesome. Fire and dark, that's two of my favorite elements.
He should have been a fighting type, but they're just like, guys, we can't do this. We must change him to fire dark type.
I feel like they designed this character way back, and then he's like, you know, they're like, oh, we cannot do this. And they're like, why? Everyone hates fire and fighting. And they're like, okay, what do we do? Fire and dark? All right. Let's just give him some dark moves.
Let's do it.
His move is called Darkest Lariat?
Yeah, it's a wrestling move.
Is it? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, a lariat. It's like a throw, pretty much.
Okay.
I'm glad you saved the best for last.
Really? You're really going to go with Poplio here, huh?
Yeah, man. Water till I die. Team Blue.
We got Primarina.
Primarina. I love it.
It's a water fairy, which I'm glad we see another fairy type. Special move is called Sparkling Aria. And that heals the burns of any target. I don't get the use of this at all, unless you're doing a team battle. Why would you want to heal your opponent?
Is it everyone or just your Pokemon?
This is what it says. Heals the burn of any target.
Targeted.
Yeah.
Maybe when you use it, when you use the ability, you get to choose who you're going to heal without using a burn heal.
I hope so. I don't know.
Maybe there's some type of strategy. There always is. There has to be a way to use it effectively.
Ironically, we got the third evolutions. We got red and blue confirmed for the game, which is amazing. But one of my favorite aspects of this trailer is the Guardians of the Alola region. I find this fascinating, and I love it.
What is it that you love?
I just think the concept is really cool. That there's an island change, and each island has a guardian. It falls in line with the whole like Polynesian legend of how each Hawaiian island has like a demigod that kind of protects it. Or
okay, see, I didn't know that. So.
Okay, like there's Maui.
I mean, now that you tell me, it makes a lot of sense. I love their Z move though.
Oh my god.
They turn into this like huge yellow Play-Doh thing, and then just.
They all share the same Z move. It's called the Guardian of Alola, and essentially they turn into the head, and then this like godlike body, which it does look like a Play-Doh monster, comes out of the ground.
Shark bait. Ooh-ha-ha.
So yeah, we have Tapu Lele, we have Tapu Bulu, we have Tapu Fini, and then we've already seen Tapu Koko.
Which one's your favorite?
I think it's Tapu Fini.
That's the water one, right?
Yeah.
The water fairy one, that one's my favorite. I don't know the name of it, but I remember seeing that it was a water fairy, and I love the design of it. That's my favorite demigod, whatever you want to call it. You know the only thing that they need to do now to make this game like over the top?
What?
Just going with all this Polynesian culture and everything. They need The Rock.
I was just gonna say that.
Commercial. They need The Rock to do a commercial. And
he's doing Moana right now.
Yeah,
Disney's going to Lola.
They need to make a legendary rock type Pokemon and model him after The Rock.
That is so great. Yes, I agree.
Call him Dwayne God Johnson.
Speaking of which, the Moana soundtrack is coming out today. and he sings a song that is really great. I saw the preview of it. It's called "You're Welcome."
Dude, he has a good voice. He would
The
sing
Rock sings.
Yeah, he would sing in the WWF sometimes. That man can do it everything.
The song that he sings in this movie, I can tell you, I've heard it maybe twice, and I'm already humming and singing it. It's like a classic Disney song, but The Rock sings it, and I'm so happy.
I can't wait to check it out.
I love The Rock. I don't know. You can't not like The Rock. I don't know why. He has such a great personality, and he's a great guy in real life too. So.
Yeah, I remember when I met him. He was definitely a good guy. Oh my god. Oh my god.
What was that?
My house is burning.
Are you serious?
No. The smoke alarm. Smoke alarm's going off. It does that every time to tell you that you need new batteries.
Oh.
And it beeps twice like it just did. Mm-hmm. Pretty much, I need to change the batteries because it's like on emergency mode right now.
Ooh. Were you ever the type that you needed batteries for your Game Boy, so you went to the fire alarm or like a TV remote or something?
Mm-hmm.
You did that?
I still do.
It's so dangerous, but I did it all the time.
What do you mean? You weren't supposed to do that?
You're not supposed to take the batteries out of your fire alarm.
Huh. So that explains everything.
So that's why we burned 4 houses in a row. Ah.
That's why I'm wanted for arson. It all makes sense now.
We did have a fan question from SolarPrimal really quickly. He said, which version are we going to get, Sun or Moon?
Which one are you going to get?
I'm going to go with Sun. That's the one I'm going to get.
Yeah, I am also getting Sun. I love the Legendary.
Yeah, that's it.
I just can't wait for the game, man. At this point, just give it to me now. You know, I'm about to go and hijack the trailer that delivers these games to Target and just get it early. I want to play it so bad.
I want to start doing photoshopping of different things we say and quote them on box. We said a lot of funny things about the Nintendo Switch. When was the last time you blew a cartridge? And I want to put that in quotes. You just said, give it to me now. I want that to be in quotes and put that on the Sun and Moon box.
Give it to me, baby.
I think that's hilarious. All right, let's just transition real quick, right? Let's scoot on over to some Kingdom Hearts news. We have the trailer for Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5. I swear, they need a new marketing team to name these darn things.
I mean, it kind of all makes sense now.
It does.
Because you know, alongside that, they also showed a little bit of Kingdom Hearts 2.8, the prologue.
No. It's not called prologue. This is what it's actually called.
All right.
Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. Does that make any sense?
The most epic part of the trailer, besides all the new story things that we got for all the people that don't know about it, the song, man. I just can't get enough of it.
Simple and clean, the Ray of Hope remix.
The name is so fitting because this game is finally a ray of hope into seeing the light of Kingdom Hearts 3. After this, we don't have to wait anymore. It is promised. Unless they give us 2.9, Chris. They're gonna give us 2.9.
I see Kingdom Hearts 3 being on the Switch.
That I do agree with. I think they should. And if they're taking this much time to make it, Sora should have been in Smash for the longest time now.
Yeah.
But you know what?
That would have been great.
Now that Cloud became a DLC character, and Cloud being from Final Fantasy and Square, I definitely see Sora being in the next game for sure.
I hope so.
Because Sora was...
really do.
Speaking of it, Sora was, amongst all this news that came out, there was also Final Fantasy 15 news. Not that I play that series at all, but Sora is confirmed to be in that game. So that's the first...
What?
Yeah. So this is the first...
Are you serious?
Yeah, Sora is, canon in the Final Fantasy world. So that was also announced today.
I didn't know this. How did they show any screenshots?
They
how
did.
How is it going to be implemented?
It's from what I saw, if I saw the correct picture, it looks like a kiddified version of Sora.
So cool.
But yeah,
I didn't know that.
So maybe,
wow.
Maybe that just adds it more, and hopefully, Cloud was received really well from the Smash community, and I don't see why Sora shouldn't be in the next Smash Brothers game.
Give me that gummy ship. I never liked those gummy ship segments. I always thought they were
no, I hated them.
Yeah, I always felt that it felt out of place. They needed something to transition between the game loading the world. So what do we do? Oh, let's make a gummy ship thing. What do the gummy ship look like? Cardboard boxes. That's aerodynamic to fly through space and time. Let's talk about Toy Story 4 and The Incredibles 2, which now have new release dates. Toy Story 4 is coming out June 21st, 2019, and The Incredibles 2 is coming out June 15, 2018. So we're going to be getting Incredibles 2 first before Toy Story 4. Briefly, just to kind of give you a heads up of what we know, we don't know too much about these films other than with Toy Story 4, John Lasseter is going to be returning as the director to the series. He directed the first 2 Toy Stories while Lee Unkrich directed the third. So Lasseter is now jumping back into the Toy Story world. And the plot for it is that Woody and Buzz set out on a journey to find Bo Peep. And it's somewhat of a love story. And with The Incredibles 2, but we don't know too much about them. But are you excited about these? And do you feel that we need sequels to these films?
To me, like, Toy Story 3 was a perfect ending. And it made me cry at the end. And I just didn't... It was. You know, even Toy Story 3, like, I didn't even think they were going to make that one.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. I saw today, someone posted, "This is dumb. Toy Story 3 was the perfect ending." And then someone wrote, "So was Toy Story 2." And I was like, oh, you're right, you know? When you think about it that way, yeah. When Toy Story 3 was announced, I remember a lot of people saying, we don't need a sequel. And then Toy Story 3 came out, and it was a surprise sequel that was amazing.
Yeah, because you know how we say, like, you have the first movie, and then you get the second movie and you don't really expect it to top it, but then it does.
It does.
And then you get a third one, like, you really don't expect it to top.
Yeah.
But this one did. And it's like, oh, don't ruin it, you know? And I just want something new from Pixar. Like, surprisingly, Finding Nemo 2 was amazing. And that was better. I think that was better than Finding Nemo. You know, it made me cry, it made me laugh, it made me happy, it made me sad, like I said before. So, you know, that gives me hope for The Incredibles 2. But as far as Toy Story goes, like, I know it's gonna be good. It's Toy Story, but I just don't know if it really needed another movie.
I mean, we don't need another movie. This story was completed with Toy Story 3. And we did get those Toy Story shorts, which are fantastic. I like the story because I was always curious about what happened to Bo Peep, and I wasn't convinced that Woody just kind of gave up on her or didn't try to at least get her back. So I find that very interesting. I'm also excited because John Lasseter, the original director of the first 2 and the head of Pixar and Disney Animation, is returning as director. So that makes me excited.
I just don't like that they're playing it safe. That's just me. You know,
as a company?
Yeah. I mean, they're just using their already, you know, established intellectual property, and I feel like they can still make a similar story, but with new characters, but they just choose to go the safe route. You know what I'm saying? Like, they haven't proved that they can make a Pixar quote-unquote movie without using any of their old characters.
Did you see Inside Out?
Oh, well, okay. And see, Inside Out was good.
Yeah, and that was original, and that was very different.
I want something new, but now it's like you have Finding Nemo 2. Now you have Incredibles 2, Toy Story 4. And that's, you already know that's going to take up until 2019. And then what's going to happen 2020, you know?
Well, okay, to Pixar's credit, they're planning on releasing 2 films a year in some cases. That's 1. 2, Toy Story 3 came out in 2010. So that's 9 years after that film. And Incredibles 2 came out in 2004. So that's, I mean, even a longer stretch. So it's not like, you know, some of these new animated movies where it's like every year we're getting a new sequel to Hotel Transylvania, or, you know, Sunny with a Chance of Meatballs, or like some these newer animated movies. They're very strong on the idea that we're going to make a sequel when we feel we have a good story to tell. The other thing is that there's another film coming out that hasn't really gotten too much press because there hasn't been much released on it, but Lee Unkrich is directing it, and it's about the Day of the Dead.
And that's a Pixar animated movie?
Pixar animated movie. It's going to be released in between these.
Okay.
There's also another Pixar movie which hasn't been announced yet, but it's in the works, and it's also going to be released between these. So these are just getting a lot of press because, you know, it's Toy Story and The Incredibles. But there's other original Pixar ideas that are going to be released in between these. So they're not just relying on their intellectual property. To an extent, I agree with you, but
they're not just doing that. Okay.
Yes, they're not just banking on that, because we're also getting another Cars. We're also getting Cars 3, but that's going to be released next year. But there's also other films coming in between that. So
hopefully for them to make a brand new original movie and get me excited, and then have those turn into sequels if they're successful enough. So
I hope so. I hope so, because you look at these early Pixar movies. You got Toy Story, Monsters Inc., you got Incredibles, you got Finding Nemo. Almost instantly you think to yourself, yeah, I want a sequel to that. But do you want a sequel to Inside Out, or do you want to see a sequel to Good Dinosaur?
No.
Not really.
Yeah, you just weren't as involved or connected to the characters in order to want the story to continue. You were okay with it having a beginning and an end, as opposed to some movies you become really attached to, and they almost feel like they're family or they're your friends, and you want to see their next adventure.
But let's move on really quick. We are in a very spooky season right now, Christian. I don't know if you know about this or if you're familiar, but Halloween is just around the corner.
3 days away.
We are celebrating here on the channel ChrisCURSEMedia. Do you have any Halloween traditions that you do maybe every year? Or maybe a favorite memory? Do you have a favorite costume that you wore when you were a child?
There's not really any traditions that I do on Halloween, you know, other than the typical like trick-or-treating that I used to do when I was younger.
What was the age when you stopped trick-or-treating?
Shoot, man. I remember probably like my sophomore year in high school. That had to have probably been my last year.
Okay. I think that was my last year going, but then I have younger siblings.
Yeah, I still went out with like my sister and stuff.
Yeah, and I would like sometimes carry like a bag, and they'd be like, "Do you want candy too?" I'm like, I mean, if you're offering.
No, dude, I would steal all my little sister's candy. I'd feel so bad.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, man, I can't resist Reese's. I can't.
Reese's are my favorite. They're so good. Do you have a favorite? So do you have a favorite costume? Like, what did you dress up as a kid?
My favorite costume has to be Scream. Like, I would dress up as Scream,
I had that too.
Like, every year. I had that costume for at least 3 years in a row. I just loved pushing the little heart, you know, and the blood went all over the mask.
Yes.
Like, just the fact that, like, my mom, I was never able to get, like, a cool costume. You know, we can never afford one. I would always just be, like leftover clothes that didn't fit me. We'd cut them up or something, face paint me. But the year that I finally got that costume, and it just felt so cool because I had the one that had the blood all over that you could squirt, as opposed to the kids that didn't. You know, you were just so cool. You'd go around, no one could see you with the little heart pump full with blood, and then you just like, rah, you're just like, oh god, that's so cool.
Well, I mean, when I was a kid, I went to a private Catholic school, and my dad, I mean, you know my dad, he went out and got me a last-minute costume because I couldn't decide, and I forget what I wanted to be that year, but everywhere we went, it was sold out. So it was the night before Halloween, and my dad ran out, and he's like, all right, I'll get you a costume, just be surprised. I'm like, okay. So he comes back with the Scream costume, and he didn't know that it had the blood feature, which my parents didn't mind, but I went to school the next day, and I'm wearing the mask, and I'm in, like, a class, and I start just, like, pressing it, and the teacher was freaked out. I was in 5th grade. I'll never forget that. It was fantastic.
Like the demons inside this child.
Absolutely.
Please help him.
I also have a good memory. When I was in 2nd grade, I had a Godzilla costume for the Godzilla 98 film, and I had it and it ripped. So it was another situation where my dad last minute went out and got me a costume, and he got me Zorro from the Antonio Banderas film, like that version of Zorro. And I thought it was just the coolest thing, 'cause I loved Zorro growing up. Like, that movie's so good.
I'm sorry to cut you off here. I'm having a hard time imagining you in this Godzilla costume. Is it anything like this, like, new Tyrannosaurus Rex thing that's going around?
No, it was like a skin-tight leather suit with like a tail, and then it had like a little Godzilla thing that would like sit on your head.
Oh,
it was nothing special, but it was cool as a kid.
Okay.
And then I have a good memory when you and I were making, you know, when we just started doing Crisscross, we had our Mario and Luigi costumes, and we went trick-or-treating with Daniel, and he was Toad. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I was just about to tell you that when you were mentioning trick-or-treating, yeah.
And then a family stopped their car, and they wanted to take pictures with us. Yeah, that was a good memory.
I mean, another Halloween memory for me is just like every single day at your house.
Oh, yeah.
Every single day at your house was Halloween for me. We'd have candy every night. Like, I just remember going into your room, like sitting on the couch and just like reaching over, and I know I'd find a piece of candy somewhere. And like every single holiday at your house, there was candy.
Yeah.
Like,
or my mom would come upstairs with like random food. She'd be like, "Oh, you guys hungry?"
Yeah.
And we just had like an enormous feast.
It'd be like a bunch of cookies on a plate with like with candy sprinkled on top, and then she'd be so kind to bring us like a glass of milk. But like you had candy for New Year's, for Valentine's Day, for Easter, for Thanksgiving,
Christmas,
Halloween, Christmas. Like every day at your house was Halloween.
Now, one tradition that I do have is I have to watch a certain couple films. I always have to watch Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. For whatever reason, I remember one year I just watched it almost every day in October, and I think it's just because of the candy. And I love that film. I love Johnny Depp. I also love to watch Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, classic Halloween film. But the one that I must watch is one of my
I know what you're gonna
films,
say.
Nightmare Before Christmas. And I wanted to ask you if you remember when we watched it with Daniel. I felt so bad. Poor Daniel was maybe 2 or 3. I think it was 3.
Dude, your mom was so mad.
He was so young. And I'm thinking, oh, this is like a Disney movie. It's not too scary. I watched it when I was younger, but it's terrifying.
He was terrified.
But he didn't want to show it. And instead of like getting scared or crying, he would just nervously laugh. He'd go, Like, Daniel, we can turn it off if you want. No, it's okay, because he just wanted to hang out with us.
Yeah.
I feel so bad thinking back on it, but
I know. I hope he likes it now, and it's a memory that will tell him, as he grows older. And
he watches this. He listens to these.
Okay.
Shout out to Daniel.
Sorry for scaring you when you were
that kid. He's so smart. I'm going to give him another shameless plug. He has his own YouTube channel. It's called Dano Poetry. He makes these cute animations, and they're fantastic. And he posted a Halloween special, too. There's this one video that I absolutely love. It's called Balloon Battle, and it has really good comedic timing. And to think that he is at the age that he is, and he's creating these videos. When I was a kid, I didn't have these resources, nor did I have the talent to do these things. And I can just imagine when he's our age at, 52... that I'm joking. We're
25
in our 20s. 25. When he's 25, the things he's going to be creating is going to be incredible. So, shout out to Dano. Subscribe to him. Tell him that we sent you. He's amazing. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm still alive.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm running on E, but I'm still alive.
Yeah, it's late, man. I don't know what it is. I had a Red Bull to wake myself up. And I felt it slowly burning out as this episode started going.
No, yeah.
I know you had coffee.
I had that huge mug of coffee, and, believe it or not, coffee actually helps you sleep as well.
What?
Yeah. A good cup of coffee can also help you sleep.
And poop.
And poop. I'm waiting for the latter. The first part is kicking in right now. I'm feeling a little sleepy.
Does it help you sleep, or is it just the caffeine burn afterwards? Like that, death feeling?
I was reading somewhere, I forget the actual science behind it, but it does have to do with the caffeine, but it's the fact that when you're tired, but you don't know that you are or something like that, and when you actually go into sleep mode, that actual caffeine kicks in, and instead of waking you up, it puts you to sleep quicker, and it gives you a more energized sleep. I don't know.
Wow.
It seems to work for me.
Well, you're going to have to drink a lot of coffee on Halloween because there's a new Pokemon Go event on Halloween. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to do it?
Well, it's actually going on right now. It went live 2 days ago on the 26th.
Okay.
Just to give a quick summary of it, you get double candy for every Pokemon that you catch. Yeah, so you used to get 3, now you get 6.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then again, when you hatch a Pokemon, those candies were random, but they're doubled now. And also a cool feature that they did was they made your buddy Pokemon, the amount of kilometers that you had to walk to earn a piece of candy for it, they quartered it. For the ones that took 1 kilometer to get a candy, now you only got to walk 1/4 of a kilometer. And that's really cool because if you have Pokemon that you needed maybe 10, 15, 20 candy in order to evolve it and get a new Pokemon on your Pokedex, you can go out, walk right now, and get it 4 times as fast. So that's what I'm doing right now.
What's great is that you have a higher chance of catching a Ghastly, a Haunter, a Gengar, a Zubat, Golbat, Drowsy, and Hypno. Which I don't know why you gotta find a Zubat. You see enough of those already, but...
Oh, yeah.
You get all these cool Pokemans that are spoopy and scary and ghostly and the theme of Halloween, this is great. I didn't think about this. When they announced Pokemon Go and it came out and it was this big hit phenomenon, I was thinking, oh, it's a great summer game. And I was thinking to myself, I see them doing updates every summer. I think you and I were having a conversation about this. But Halloween is a perfect time to do this again because people are outside, they're walking, they're trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
And as a kid, it's such a genius idea. And I love that they're doing this special event that kind of just ties in with the holiday, ties in with the fact that people are going to be outside. And it's great. I love it. I think it's a good idea. And I'm definitely going to be doing this on Halloween. I'm just excited, and I think it's a fun little thing.
I just love that they like this whole candy thing finally makes sense. With Halloween trick-or-treating, oh, earn extra candy, and it's cool. You know, I think it's unique. It's a unique way for them to explain why we're using candy as a way to evolve Pokemon. And I'm just excited for, say, Christmas time. I hope there's a Christmas time event and maybe there'll be ice type Pokemon around, or they'll do some other type of giveaway, or I don't know.
Are there ice type Pokemon Gen 1?
Technically, Jinx is an ice type Pokemon. Seal, I believe, is an ice type Pokemon. Okay. And Lapras.
All right. All right.
So Lapras is kind of a big deal. I'm hoping for Lapras.
Hey, that'd be cool. That'd be awesome. You can send like little gifts to people with like a bunch of candy or something. I don't know. Maybe trading. That's when they're going to introduce trading. Like it's like a gift giving.
Ah, I didn't even think of that.
Hey, who knows?
Niantic, please listen.
Listen to us. We know what we're talking about. Guys and girls, you're gonna be going trick or treating. Please be safe. It's scary what could happen, but also just go out and have fun. I remember trick-or-treating as a kid, and it was just such a great event. But if you can, go with a parent or go with a bunch of friends, go as a group, bring flashlights, be safe, check your candy before you eat it. I just feel very strongly to say this because I have younger brothers and sisters, and I can't imagine them going out on a night that's supposed to be fun and something bad happens. There's a lot of creepy people out there.
Watch out for clowns.
Watch out for clowns. Yes. Oh, God. Watch out for clowns.
I feel bad for anyone that's dressing up as a clown, dude. I really do.
I know. I do, too. Man. You know, have fun with Pokemon Go. Go watch some scary movies. Eat some good candy. Dress up. Have fun. It's Halloween. This is a great celebration of the dead, I guess. Halloween kind of took on its own little thing. But, that's it. This is our ChrisCrossMedia podcast number 5. Christian.
Yes, sir.
I have a little something to tell you.
What's that?
And maybe I'll debut this next week. I'm actually working on a bubble juice design.
Oh my God, yes.
I have drawings of a little character icon that I'm serious about this. We're going to release bubble juice towels and shirts.
I have to come up with a bubble juice single. I mean, like a bubble juice jingle.
Oh my God, can you do that?
Bubble juice. Bubble juice. Bubble.
Oh my God, yes. We should create like a fake commercial. The way I'm designing this is like an old like 1950s like soap company. It's going to be great. I'm telling you, it's going to be great. But yeah. Well, Christian, you know what? Happy Halloween, bro.
Happy Halloween. Happy November.
Happy November. Oh God, are you doing no shave?
I already haven't shaved, but I'll probably shave and then do no shave November.
Should I grow back the stash? Should I do the mustache again, or should I?
Ooh, no. Stay away from the stash.
Fine. Wow. Okay. I didn't know you felt that way, Christian. Well, thanks again, guys, for watching. This has been great. It's seriously always a pleasure. If you have not entered our Nintendo Switch giveaway, feel free to. You know, we'll put the link somewhere in the description, and subscribe if you want to as well. Check out all of our awesome videos. We have new videos coming. We have old videos that are great. Christian, it's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Like the video if you haven't already, please. It makes my belly feel happy.
Wow. Okay, cool. And if you guys want to interact with the things we talked about today, tell us your thoughts on all the Pokemon Sun and Moon news. Tell us about Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 release. Are you excited for Toy Story 4 and Incredibles 2? And tell us your favorite Halloween costume that you've had, or what you're going to be this Halloween. You know, just be safe, guys. Have fun. Happy Halloween from us at ChrisCURSEMedia. This is the ChrisCrossMedia Podcast. Thanks again for watching. My name is Chris.
And my name is Christian.
And you've just been Chris Cross. Peace out. Peace out.